Last night you had a dream, a whole one. People you know walked through it, places you've been showed up, slightly wrong. You felt something, fear, or joy, or that strange ache you can't name. It was vivid. It was yours. And right now, you can't remember a single second of it. By the time your feet hit the floor this morning, most of it was already gone. We tell ourselves that's fine, that dreams are just noise. Random static the brain spits out while you're offline. Junk. But here's the strange part. That junk might be the most important thing your brain does all day. Because tonight, while you sleep, your brain isn't resting. It's deciding. Deciding which pieces of your life you get to keep forever, and which ones quietly disappear. So let's talk about what your dreams are actually doing. And stick around, because the weirdest thing about dreams, the part that makes no sense at all, turns out to be the part that makes the most sense. We'll get there. Start with the biggest myth. Most people picture sleep as a shutdown. Lights off, brain powered down, an 8-hour gap where nothing happens. That's not what the scans show. At night, especially in the dreaming stages, parts of your brain light up more than when you're awake. It's not switched off. It's running a different program, a program you almost never get to see. And that program has a job. But to see it, we have to leave the human brain for a second and watch a rat run a maze. Picture a rat learning a simple maze. As it runs, tiny cells in a part of its brain called the hippocampus fire in a specific order, a little pattern that maps the path it's taking. Left turn, straight, right turn. A signature written in neurons. So far, nothing surprising, but then the rat falls asleep, and the scientists watching its brain see something almost eerie. The exact same cells fire again, in the exact same order, while the rat is sleeping. The brain is rerunning the maze, replaying the path, but sped up, compressed, faster than real life. Think of it like fast-forwarding the day's footage. You shot hours of video. The brain scrubs through it in seconds, again and again. Scientists call this replay, and it isn't just a curiosity. When researchers deliberately disrupted those replay patterns in sleeping rats, the animals struggled to remember what they'd learned. Disrupt the replay, and the memory crumbles. So replay isn't the brain idly daydreaming. It appears to be the actual machinery of memory, the night shift where the day gets written down. But written down where? Because here's the problem. You can't keep everything. Think about how much hit your brain today. Every face, every word, every sound, the taste of your coffee, a song stuck in your head, the exact thing someone said that annoyed you. Storing all of it at full detail forever. Imagine a phone that never deletes anything. Every photo, every video, every notification saved at maximum quality every single day of your life. It would choke within weeks. Your brain runs on the same hard truth. It can't keep it all. It has to choose. And that's what the night shift really is, a triage. Every night, your brain sorts through the fragile, hours-old memories of your day and makes a ruling on each one. This one matters. Promote it to permanent storage. This one doesn't. Let it fade. Keep, delete, keep, delete. Thousands of tiny verdicts while you lie there doing nothing. The dream, scientists think, is part of what that sorting feels like from the inside. You're not watching a movie. You're sitting inside the editing room while the day gets cut. But here's where it gets strange. Because if dreams were just the brain filing memories, they'd look like memories. Neat, accurate, a clean replay of your day. They don't. Your dreams are bizarre. Your childhood home has a room that was never there. A coworker has your mother's face. You're late for an exam in a subject you never took. Why would a careful filing system produce something so warped? That's the question a 2026 study helped answer. And it flips the whole picture. A research team at the IMT school in Lucca, Italy, collected more than 3,700 reports of dreams and waking thoughts from 287 people aged 18 to 70, the biggest data set of its kind. And it told them two things. First, dreams are not random. They track your real traits, your real life, measurable patterns unique to you. Your dreams are about you specifically. But second, and this is the key, the researchers argue dreams are not a literal replay either. The brain doesn't simply play your day back. It reshapes it. Familiar places come back distorted and recombined. Timelines bend. People merge. The brain takes the raw footage of your life and remixes it into something that never actually happened. So the question sharpens. The brain has every reason to store memories accurately, and yet what comes back is warped, remixed, wrong in all these specific ways. Which raises a strange thought. What if the warping isn't a bug at all? Why might a memory system distort the very things it's trying to save? The most surprising answer comes from a neuroscientist named Eric Howell, and it borrows an idea straight from artificial intelligence. When you train an AI, there's a failure that haunts engineers. It's called overfitting. You show the AI thousands of examples, and instead of learning the general pattern, it memorizes the exact examples too perfectly. It aces everything it's already seen. Then you show it one new thing, slightly different, and it falls apart. It learned the answers, not the lesson. Now think about your brain. Every single day, it trains on the same kind of data. Your commute, your job, your kitchen, ordinary reality on repeat. A brain that only ever studied real ordinary days would risk the exact same trap. It would overfit to your life, sharp on the familiar, helpless the moment something genuinely new shows up. Howell's idea is that dreams are the fix. The weirdness isn't a glitch, it's the point. By generating strange, warped, impossible versions of your experiences, your brain may be throwing noise into its own training data, forcing itself to learn the general pattern instead of memorizing the exact day. Bizarre dreams may be what keep you flexible, ready for the thing you didn't see coming. That's the twist I promised you. The one part of dreaming everyone laughs off at the absurdity might be the one part doing the heaviest lifting. But remixing your memories still doesn't explain the worst nights. The dream where something is chasing you, the fall that jolts you awake, heart pounding in the dark. If dreaming is training, why does the training have to hurt? One theory says, because that is the training. It's called threat simulation. The idea that some dreams are a rehearsal, a flight simulator for danger where your brain practices escaping, hiding, facing the thing at zero real-world cost. Crash the plane as many times as you need. You wake up alive every time. It may be why nightmares exist at all. Not to torment you, to run the drill. Worth saying though, most dreams don't actually contain realistic threats. So this one explains a slice of the picture. Not the whole thing, but danger isn't what fills most of your nights anyway. Most of what your brain carries to bed is smaller, heavier, the conversation that went wrong, the thing you said and instantly regretted. And that points to another job, emotional processing. The idea that sleep takes the sharpest moments of your day and slowly turns their volume down. You've felt this one yourself. Something wrecks you in the evening. You wake up and it still hurts, but a little less, like the night sanded off the edge. So the night shift files, remixes, rehearses, soothes. All that work should come at a price. It should make your sleep feel busy, restless, anything but deep. And this is where the same lab in Luca found the opposite. In a second study, published in 2026 in PLOS Biology, the team recorded over 1,000 awakenings from 44 adults using caps with 256 electrodes to watch the sleeping brain in fine detail. They focused on a stage called NREM2, a light stage of sleep that, remarkably, makes up about half of your entire night. And they found something counterintuitive. When people had vivid, immersive dreams in that light stage, they rated their sleep as deeper. The dream didn't disturb the rest. It deepened the feeling of it. The richer the inner movie, the more restored people felt, even when the brain was technically more active. So across the night, your brain isn't doing one thing. It's filing memories, remixing them so you don't overfit, rehearsing danger, softening pain, and somehow making rest feel like rest. All of it while you're convinced nothing is happening. Your brain isn't resting, it's deciding. Which brings us back to the dream you can't remember. The one from last night, already gone. Here's the part that should stay with you. You wake up, the dream vanishes. And we treat that as proof it was worthless. Throwaway, static. But maybe forgetting the dream was never the loss. Maybe the dream was the brain doing the work, and the forgetting is just the work being finished. Because you don't get to keep the movie. You were never supposed to. What you keep is the edit, the memory it decided to save, the fear it turned down a notch, the connection it quietly rewired while you slept. You wake up with no footage and a self that's been slightly rewritten overnight, and you didn't approve any of it. Every night, a process you can't see and can't remember reaches into your life, picks which moments survive into tomorrow and which ones dissolve, and reshapes who you are by morning. You don't decide which version of you makes it. Something in the dark decides for you. You forget the movie, you keep the edit, and the edit is what you'll call your life. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember this one thing. Your brain isn't resting. It's deciding. If you want more answers to the questions you've quietly wondered about your whole life, subscribe, and we'll keep digging into them one at a time.